Nobody broke in. No malware. No stolen laptop. No file taken off your network. They just asked your AI questions, thousands of them, one after another, all day, through the same interface your customers use. And when they were done, they walked away with two things: a working copy of your model and a list of real names, phone numbers, and email addresses that it had quietly memorized during training. No alarm went off. Nothing looked like an attack, because from the outside, it looked exactly like someone using your product. This is not science fiction. Researchers proved every piece of this years ago. There are 3 ways your model gets stolen, and only one of them looks anything like hacking. Let me show you all 3, then exactly how a leader shuts them down. Here is what you will walk away with: why your trained model is one of your most valuable and most exposed assets, and the 3 moves that lock it down. Start with why anyone would bother. Most leaders think of their AI as a feature. Attackers think of it as inventory. Your model is the sum of everything you put into it, the data you collected, the tuning you paid for, the months of work that make it better than the free one. Training a serious model can cost a fortune in data, compute, and talent. Attackers get to skip that entire bill. That value is now sitting behind a public interface that answers questions all day. And value behind a door that anyone can knock on is a target. Here's the first way it leaves, and it does not require your code or your weights. Attackers query your model through its normal interface over and over. They send inputs, they record outputs, and they use those answer pairs to train a copy that behaves just like yours. Researchers demonstrated this back in 2016, cloning models straight through their prediction interfaces. They call it model extraction. Sit with what that means. You spent real money and real time training your model. They rebuilt a working version of it for the cost of a pile of API calls. Your competitive edge, copied through the front door. Now the second way, and this is the one that should keep you up at night. A model remembers. During training, it can memorize pieces of its data, word for word, and hold onto them. In 2021, researchers prompted a large language model with carefully chosen inputs and pulled memorized training data right back out of it. Real names, real phone numbers, real email addresses, real people, extracted, with nothing but the right questions. Think about what your model was trained on: customer records, support tickets, internal documents. If it memorized any of it, the right prompt can bring it back. And there is a quieter cousin, called membership inference. Attackers may not pull the whole record, but they can often confirm whether one specific person or one specific file was in your training set. In healthcare, in finance, in legal, that single yes or no answer is itself the breach. If you are regulated, that is not just embarrassing, it is a reportable incident. And sometimes there is no clever attack at all. The model itself, the actual weights, is just a file on a server. Files get copied. A departing engineer with a grudge. A storage bucket left open to the internet. A vendor handed more access than they ever needed. Any one of those, and your crown jewels are sitting on somebody else's drive. No querying required. And unlike a copied document, you may never know it is gone, because the original is still sitting right where you left it. NIST names every bit of this, and it is worth knowing exactly where. In the Generative AI profile, the final document, that is NIST AI 600-1, model theft and model and membership inference attacks sit under risk number 9, information security. That is the category for the ways generative AI widens your attack surface. When what leaks is your training data or your proprietary material, it also lands on risk number 10, intellectual property. Both of those are final NIST guidance. Both describe exactly what we just watched. The newer Cyber AI profile, NIST-R8596, files this same fight under its secure focus area on the protect and detect side. That one is still a draft, so we label it a draft on screen. And remember, none of this certifies you. It is guidance you choose to follow, which means the leaders who take it seriously pull ahead. So here's what you actually do about it. 3 moves. 1. Treat the model as a crown jewel asset. The weights, the training data, the fine-tuning, all of it gets locked down, like source code and trade secrets, because that is exactly what it is. Least privilege. Real access control. A short known list of who can touch it. 2. Watch the questions. Extraction does not look like an intrusion, it looks like heavy usage. So rate limit your interfaces, log who is querying and how much, and alert on the patterns that mean someone is harvesting your model instead of using it. 3. Control what it can memorize. You cannot leak what was never there. Keep sensitive records and personal data out of training wherever you can. Scrub what you have to include, and test your own model by trying to extract from it before an attacker does it for you. Here is the shift. Your model is not just a tool you run. It is an asset that can be copied through a straw, one question at a time, without a single alarm going off. This is what governing the machine looks like. You do not have to operate it to be responsible for protecting it, so you guard two things now, the door and the questions. Next time, the risk you cannot lock down by yourself, because it is not even yours. The models, the tools, and the data you buy from someone else and the whole AI supply chain, you do not control. That is where the real exposure hides in plain sight.